everybody. It is Tuesday night. It is Collector TV, and my guest tonight is none other than the Chef Jon Fox. And I met Chef Jon, first of all, watching him play Jeopardy on JLH's channel, and then we've gotten to know each other through being JLH groupies, but having a lot of fun. And I saw the box that you actually sent them that had the baklava in it, and then listening to them like food porn talk about it. So I was like, I gotta get him on. I have to get him on here. It's always been a dream of mine. Had I not taken the road that I did, which now in hindsight I wish that I hadn't, but I wanted to go to culinary school straight out of high school, and my parents were like, get your business degree first. And I hated it. I hated business. I don't like doing accounting. I don't like any of that. I mean, I know it's part of the process, but I just wanted to cook, and it's always been an amazing thing. But before we get started, let's say hello to the chat. Chef Jon rocks. Yes, he does. Robin was here. Eric Fry. Ginger was first. Ginger, check in that you're still here because I want to open this box after I show it off and what it says. Trapper, Dave, Tracy's here. Tats is here. K&L is here. What's going on, Chris? Nancy. Yeah, boy. Who else is here? Nerdy Aquafrost. Wow, I haven't seen you in so long. Hidden Funko. How are you, my friend? Caitlin, mwah, love you, my girl. Slapshot Pops, John is here. John is here. Ginger is here. Okay, so before we get into talking about food, and because I left my rear end off when I got this today, we are going to open a box from Ginger Pops. And the reason is because it is addressed to Brandy, Princess Brandy Banana Hammock. Contains weird and freaky things. There is something written on every side of this box. Weird, freaky things inside. It also says it contains rubber weenies. Queen Banana Hammock. So I don't know if that's true or not. This is not a soccer ball. That is true. Look, I mean, there were even messages. This one says, what is a Funko? I have a feeling that Nicole wrote on this. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling. What's going on, Zach? How are you? All right, so let's open this. If there's anything that's inappropriate for Golden Collectibles, who is a minor, I will not put that on there. DM me later if you guys want to see it, if there is something really bad in there. Would have told us kick rocks? Yes. Holy crap, it's full. All right, there's a ton of stuff in here, so I'm just going to reach in and grab one. Oh, holy... I don't have any fig pins. So he sent me the Thor fig pin X. This thing is huge.
Yeah, they are huge.
That is cool. All right, do you collect fig pins at all? Do you have any?
No, they are way too large. I collect pins, but not the fig pins.
Yeah, I totally love the pins. In fact, I just got one in the band box that was limited to 50. The detail on these is ridiculous. And I think chat, maybe you guys know, but isn't there a way that you can, like, track it with, like, the serial number on the back, like your collection and stuff like that? You guys would know more than I do.
These are the ones I collect.
Oh, wow. Well, that's awesome. You have, like, tons. Now, are you in, like, the Zobi or Zanini box or whatever?
No, I just pick up ones that catch my eye.
The man box has a pin every single month, which is cool. And you never know which one of the franchises that they list. So this last was the Smurfs, and it was Smurfette. So the one that came in that box was a black and white color wheel. And so that was kind of cool. Okay, so I have a Disney Pirates of the Caribbean tin here.
Ooh.
Ooh. Scott, my mom's gonna steal this. My mom is totally going to want to steal this. Mom, you cannot have this.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm keeping Jack Sparrow. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. He's so cute. Where did you get that? I don't know if he's answering right now. All right. Let's see. This one's in a box. Oh, it's the Batman. He knows I'm into DC, so this is the art series Batman.
Nice.
The black and white one, or black and yellow one. This one's so cool. It's all the graffiti. I love this one. Especially because it's like straight up Batman colors.
I have the set. It's a nice set.
Heck yeah, it is.
I like a lot of those.
Absolutely. I met, I don't remember how I met Scott. But, oh, yes, okay. So he picked this up for me because he knew I didn't get it during ECCC. So it's the Garbage Pail Kids Boney Tony. Love Garbage Pail Kids. I have a whole book of Garbage Pail Kids. I don't know if you collected any of the cards that have come out in the past couple of months or whatnot.
I did in the 80s.
You did? Oh yeah, in the 80s. Yeah, we have a whole set somewhere. Series 1 and Series 2 between me and my brothers. Oh, I was like, why is this so heavy? I don't have this either. Oogie Boogie. And I think this is the glow one, isn't it? It is. So this is my very first glow-in-the-dark soda.
But wasn't that the one where the common glowed? Yeah,
the common glows.
Right.
And the chase was that orange color, but I don't have any that glow. I have no sodas that glow. I only have 3 chases in my whole collection. So thank you very, 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 very much. And I have some stuff coming to you. I'm going to reach out to Nicole because I don't want you to know about one of them, but I need to find out if you have something already. Because it's in your box, but if it doesn't need to be in your box, I will take it out and put something else in. So, Ginger, love you, my man. Ginger is going to be on this Friday with us. We are doing a special CTV After Dark. I'll play that video that Allie did in a little bit. But back to you, chef. So, I am a pretend chef. I have done a lot of trying out for reality TVs, different shows. Like, I tried out for MasterChef twice. The first time I didn't even make it out of the first room. Like, we drove all the way to Chicago. It was a 4-hour drive to get to Chicago. And I had practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced for months. And I didn't even make it out of the first room. The second time, I was like, I'm not even going to really work that hard on this. But I did pork belly.
Oh, nice.
And so my family really liked it because I kept trying it a couple of different ways to get it to the right consistency that, like rendering on just enough fat that it was crispy, but leaving the meat tender, and finally got it right. So I did a corn puree with the pork belly on the top. And then I did little shallots that I had put in, tapioca flour, and then fried those off. And then I did a cherry barbecue sauce because it was Michigan, and then a garlic sauce, like our signature garlic sauce that I put on like my cherry beef sliders and all that. And I did that, and the one chef that was in there judging, because obviously you don't see any of the big chefs while you're at the local places, but one of them came over and said, "Do you mind if I steal this for my restaurant?" And I was like, So my number got called first, and I couldn't call my mom and my best friend who were sitting upstairs, and we kind of just expected me to be done, in the first 5-10 minutes. And then we were going to go to lunch. I got called first, my number. I about crapped my pants, and then I got taken in another room, and they did like a standing in with a group of people interview, and my name got called first, or my number got called first again. So then the next day I had to come back down to Detroit and do a video interview. And then I got called back for that. And then I had to do a hometown video. And so I put my nephew in it, and we cooked scallops, and which, as seafood is one of those things that you either get it right or you don't. And then I found out from another guy that was in my group that he had gotten called through because he was like one of like 13 kids, and he brought his in like a crock pot or something. So he had like this backstory of poverty and all this stuff. And I was told that I was too vanilla. Like, I didn't have the bitchy edge to me. I didn't have, like any sort of trauma. And so I was basically too vanilla to make it on. They didn't think I would do TV that well. What's going on, Sass? Hiya, Payne. So yeah, I was a little bummed out, and then I had the opportunity to try out for Food Court Wars with Tyler,
Mm-hmm.
and made that all the way to the last three teams, like business plan and everything, and then we didn't get chosen because we were from near Detroit instead of up in Traverse City, and they thought the other two teams, because they were from the area, would draw a bigger crowd. So I didn't make that either. So there went my professional chefing, if you will, and so now I just kind of cook for my family. But you, sir, you, I guess my first question to you is how has COVID like impacted your plans? Because I know you have a new restaurant opening.
Mm-hmm. I do.
And so how has the past year kind of skewed your plans for what you were going to do?
Well, COVID really didn't do me too bad at all. My wife is a teacher, and we were looking for a change, hence going to culinary school finally after all these years. And she took a job in Colorado. We were in Nebraska. So I come up here and I finished school. My only goal, I wanted to be a private chef and a caterer.
Okay.
I never wanted to open a restaurant. So I finished school and I got my business license, and I thought, well, let me just sell some takeaway meals just from the house. Just what my wife and I were eating. I just made more of. And I went from like 100 followers on my Facebook and Instagram page to 600 in a month. And within a month, I was selling out every night of the week.
That's
and
awesome.
It was crazy, but I didn't have a commercial kitchen. So somebody turned me in, obviously. So I was shut down from doing that. But then I was approached by a food court place that's coming to town, and I'll be the first restaurant in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I was kind of forced to open a restaurant by my customer base.
Well, but not necessarily a bad thing. Like I thought the food court thing would be fun. The only thing I was worried about with the location is, one, I'd have to move away from my family. Two, because of where they are in northern Michigan, and I don't know how it is because you're in Denver, right?
No, I'm in northwest Colorado, right? I'm halfway between Denver and Salt Lake City.
Okay. Traverse City is kind of like the summer destination because of the water around there, the Cherry Festival, and everything else. What I was concerned about was being able to sustain the food court in the wintertime when there's pretty much nobody there but the locals. And, being from this area, I thought about it too, like the brick and mortar. But I thought about the real way that I thought I would be happy is doing a food truck. Mm-hmm. Taking the truck where the people are versus waiting for the people to come to me.
Well, I did a lot of research because I thought about a food truck or a food trailer. And really, this day and age, to get everything you need properly licensed and up to par, it's no cheaper than opening a brick and mortar. So this warehouse thing works out perfect for me. It's probably a tenth of the investment that I would be putting into a brick and mortar or a food truck. Okay.
Well, that's good.
Right. It's a great opportunity.
So let's show off some of your stuff. Okay. And I will drop the link to. Now, this is the first one. Now, this wasn't the first picture you sent me, but I want to know about this.
Okay.
Is that a surf and turf burger?
It is. It's my shrimp and Parmesan burger.
Ooh. Now, how did you come up with this? Is it to play on surf and turf, in a kind of a takeout atmosphere, or? Because
I'm OCD and I lay in bed at night and I think of recipes and food combinations, and I just never shut my brain off. So I took a shrimp scampi, which I love, and some good Colorado beef, and I made a great burger. There used to be a steak at Applebee's I used to get similar to that. It was a sirloin with Parmesan and shrimp on it. So there it is in a burger.
Awesome. And I've seen this, and this is what I was talking about, the food porn with John, and this is your famous baklava. Now, I know this, I've watched this being made several times, and we have a big population here in the Metro Detroit area. But how did you get into making baklava?
Nobody else was doing it around here, and when I moved up here, the meats and the produce were tenfold what I could find in Nebraska. So I come up here, I was finding elk and ground lamb and beef, just copious amounts of it. So I had all these new ingredients to work with. With the lamb, we love gyros. So I started making moussaka and gyros, and and then a Greek burger. So, just playing with ingredients I have.
Now, do you get everything locally sourced? Is
I
that
do.
like you're kind of like farm to table?
Yeah, I farm to table fresh. I get my meat. I have it all set up from a restaurant here local as well. And the great thing about the warehouse setup is we actually going to have a farmer's market in the front of the building as well. So I'm going to have all that access as well, all the fresh produce and whatnot.
Have a little more baklava. Have from column A, try from column B. He's in the mood to help you, dude. You ain't never seen a chef like me. That's your Nancy thinks that should be your new theme song.
Nice. I'm looking for a theme song. And the funny thing about the baklava is that I taught myself to make it because there was a demand for it. People were asking for it with my Greek food. And then I got a call to enter the chocolate festival here in town. I've never entered anything. And I don't make chocolates. But they begged me to do it. So I made a chocolate hazelnut baklava for this contest. And then I won the thing.
You're kidding me. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's great.
Now, have you always like cooked? Because I know my mom started us off like when we were young, and it started off as a punishment or what she thought was going to be a punishment. Little did she know what she was going to do to me. Was that she bought us a kid's cookbook, and because we complained, if she was making fish sticks or something for dinner, she's basically like, "Here you go, you pick what you want to cook, and then you can make dinner for the family." And it kind of started me off that road.
I left home at an early age. My mother, rest her soul, was not much of a cook. And I didn't even know what broccoli or cauliflower was as a child because mom never ate it. So I left home like 16, and I just lived a crazy life, a lot of bad decisions, but I like to eat. So I taught myself to cook. Then I was a single father. I took custody of my son 21 years ago and raised him on my own. So he has a great palate too.
Awesome. Now, is he helping you out at all with the restaurant? Or
he'll be here when we open in May. He's in college now, his third year of university. So I must have done something right.
Absolutely. No, congratulations to you. I have no kids. I have a furry four-legged kid that's snoring in the background, and you can ask John at any point in time when he has like voicemailed me or I'm sending him a message back and I'm at work. Her snoring in the background is about all you hear. But she's passed out right now, which is a good thing because she's not trying to get in my lap. All right, now here's another one, and I want to know behind this because this
that is a new dish that I came up with during all this downtime getting ready to open the restaurant. So I had more time to experiment with dishes and feed my neighbors and my wife. But this is my banana nut bread waffles with a banana Foster sauce.
Now, are you doing the rum and everything in those, or?
Yeah, a little bit of rum cooked out, and that'll be one of my brunch offerings when we get going with the Sunday brunches.
Oh, so you're full on. Are you gonna have like open sun up, sun down kind of a thing? Like you're gonna have breakfast, lunch, dinner?
It's all takeaway meals except for the Sunday brunch, and I'll be offering a sandwich and a side every day, and then I have my evening meal. I put my menus out on Sundays and let people start pre-ordering. And when they're sold out, they're sold out.
Okay.
I'll pre-order, prepay, come get it at the time and get out.
Awesome. So, and it's going to be that way with the brick and mortar too, that they can pre-order. Yeah. You're not going to be serving right from the restaurant?
There'll be a common area with tables like a regular food court where they can take their food or whatever. But yeah, it's Chef John's takeaway meals. So.
That's awesome. No, I mean, honestly, that's the smart way of doing it because it's kind of like having a brick and mortar food truck combo where, everything is pre-planned, pre-menu. Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of the problem with some restaurants and why they fail because I think I heard, and I don't know, believe me, I'm not trying to say that you're going to fail or anyway, but I heard, and one of the things that kind of swayed me from going that path too was something like 85% of restaurants fail. Is that true? And is that like a concern because, you're kind of going this path now?
Well, I always said if I did end up opening a restaurant, this is what I'm cooking. If you don't want to eat it, go somewhere else. This is what I got. I'm stubborn like that, I guess. So I cook all day long. And when I wake up and feel like cooking, that's when I'm going to cook.
Clarissa says, "Oh my, that's making my mouth water." And Chris says, "That looks great." And then John comes in with a point break. Utah, give me two. Slapshot. John says, I want that. Amazing food. Let's see. I got another one and I don't know what this one is. Okay, what is this one? Is that the chocolate hazelnut?
It is. It's a chocolate hazelnut baklava, just portioned out for the chocolate festival.
Oh, okay. Now, how many people did you serve then? Like, did you get some more upswing as far as your numbers go?
I did. I'm trying to think how many did I do. 150 individual servings. It's like 4 pans of baklava. It took me 4 days. And it did increase a little bit. But again, I had that large jump in followers locally from December to January before I got shut down, just from word of mouth. Mm-hmm. And now I'm to the point where I can't go anywhere. It's great. I've never experienced this before. Everybody's like, heard of me. Oh, I've heard of you. Yeah, I follow your page. So it's really exciting.
Oh, that's cool. That's only happened to me once. And I walked into a local store and this girl goes, I know you. And I'm like, good for you. He goes, you collect those things. And I was like, Funko Pops? She's like, yeah, you're that YouTuber. And I was like, I have no subs. Like, how do you know who I am? I'm not like a million sub person, but I mean, it's like, it's kind of one of those things that gives you that kick to keep going. Like, hey, I'm doing something right.
Yeah, I didn't have this kind of response back in Nebraska. Nothing like it. So we're so glad to be up here.
Oh, no, absolutely. And so are you near the mountains? Like, are you going to have like a steady stream of people like during ski season? Like, or is it more of a summer hangout place in Colorado?
Well, the great thing about where I live in Craig is I'm about 45 minutes from a ski resort area in Steamboat Springs.
Okay.
And in the winter, this is big elk area. So hunters galore. It's all hunting. So there's always going to be hunters here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, what do you prefer to cook? Like, are you more of a savory person or are you more of a sweet person?
I'm all over the place. Both savory and sweet. My menus, it might be shrimp scampi Alfredo on Monday night, and it might be a Greek burger on Tuesday night. I'm all over the board. And another thing I do is homemade ice cream, and that's real popular too. I'm trying to get my licenses worked out for that as well, because I'll be selling my homemade ice cream also.
So you really have to, I mean, like, explain like all the licenses. So in Colorado, do you have to, like, we can do cottage goods here in Michigan out of the home.
Right.
But I didn't know you'd have different license for different things.
Right. The cottage law applies here also. I can sell anything in Colorado to Colorado that doesn't need refrigerated. When it comes to stuff where you're cooking and needs refrigerated, then you need a commercial kitchen, and you have to have a retail license on top of it.
Okay.
So I have a business license already. When this gets going, I'll have a retail license there as well.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Yeah, like here, because I worked for a charity for a while called Icing Smiles, and what we did was made custom cakes for, and I'm self-taught. Like, I have had no experience whatsoever professionally. And so I wanted to do something. I like doing the cakes. I started doing it when my nephew was born. I wanted to be able to give them something every year that was special just to them. And but I got involved in Icing Smiles. So it's a charity that does cakes, and you could look it up, because if you do, I don't know if you do cakes at all, and maybe you don't, but they probably have a need in your area as well. So you don't have to be a professional chef, which is nice. And they do tell people this is not a professional bakery, but we do custom cakes for kids with illnesses, things like leukemia, cancer. I had one that was hydrocephalic, so he basically only had a brainstem keeping him alive. And that is one of the most rewarding things that I did. And obviously it's all stopped because of COVID. I haven't had a request in over a year now, which is sad. But, to see those kids' faces, when you drop that off, and for like that 5 minutes or whatever, that they forget that they're sick because they have like SpongeBob SquarePants, a giant SpongeBob SquarePants in front of them, or Disney or whatever that it was that we did. Just their faces was like worth every single minute of stress. And I have to ask you, because I don't know if it's just me or if it's kind of across the board. Do you get super stressed like when you're in the weeds?
I don't know. I don't let myself get in the weeds. I'm a planner, so I stagger things, and I drive myself crazy planning. So I don't let myself get in the weeds.
Well, my family, when I get in the weeds is when my family decides to spring on me that we're going to do, what's it called? Chopped. So I've done Chopped with my nephew a couple of times.
Oh,
And so
nice.
I walk into a kitchen filled with ingredients and I have to come up with an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert that feeds my entire family. And I have a 9-year-old as my sous chef.
Oh,
So
fun.
yeah, it is a lot of fun, but it's like one of those things where I know, like, I can tell that I'm like, I get super focused, but at the same time, I'm so focused that sometimes people take it as if I'm being a little icy because I'm just like, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. I got to get this done. Keep the prep area clean. It needs to be done in this order. I am very good, and I'm assuming you are as well because you do pre-planned menus. But all my stuff comes out when it's supposed to come out. It doesn't come out like this comes out 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes later this comes out, and then 15 minutes later I have everything coming out at the same time.
I think that's why I work alone. My wife doesn't even come in the kitchen when I'm cooking. She's afraid she'll get in my way. So I must get snappy or look angry, my bitch face.
Bitch face.
And I'm watching the chat. Somebody asked about ice cream, why it gets harder homemade other than the store-bought. It's going to be with your preservatives and junk like that. My homemade doesn't have any preservatives. So their commercial is going to have stuff to prevent it from getting real hard like that.
Now, are you going to do like, well, let's go to this ice cream thing. So are you going to do like the fun, funky flavors like you would do like a honeycomb and sriracha chili or something like that? Or are you going to stick to like mainstream flavors?
Mine aren't mainstream, but they're not, mine are off the wall a little bit. Let's see, I make a sweet corn ice cream, which is really popular. I make a lemon basil, which is really popular as well. Then I do some old school ones. My father-in-law got me making maple walnut, which is a really big seller, and huckleberry is a good one that's real popular around here. So a lot of old ones, a couple interesting flavors, but yeah.
There's a lady, I think she's on TikTok. It was either TikTok or Instagram that I saw her. It was Instagram, and she's got some stuff I'd never even heard of. And basically, COVID, she lost her job. Mm-hmm. She'd been working in a commercial kitchen, and she just decided she makes one. Basically ice cream, one sorbet, and something else. A vegan maybe flavor that she does. And like people go ape for it. But there were some things that I hadn't even heard of or I wouldn't expect to be in an ice cream. Like I've heard of the sweet corn before. I think a sweet corn and a bacon one would be awesome.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. I don't do any pork. My wife's allergic to it, so I've got away from pork. So when I do sausage, I make a turkey sausage and work with that.
Okay. Now, I have to ask this too because I've always wanted to know. As a professional chef, if the demand is there for something that you can't stand to eat, mm-hmm. you still make it, or because you have to taste it and you can't stand it, you won't cook it?
Chances are, if I'm not liking it, I'm not cooking it.
That's how I am too.
I can't force myself to lay in bed at night and think of flavors I don't like.
But see, I'm a big bacon person. Like I can make some mean candy bacon. People at work ask for it. Now I will tell you, just between you and I, because there's not 30 other people that are listening right now.
Right.
I do an Asian nacho
mm-hmm.
that people like scream for it. And it's totally amazing. I will tell you, and feel free to take it if you'd like. I'll even send you the recipe for what I do in the chicken. So I do the chicken low and slow. I've even done it a couple of times, and I can't think of the phrase right now. It's out of my head. Where you put it in oil real low and cook it.
No, sous vide?
No, it's confit. So I've done the chicken confit
in the oil. Okay.
Yeah, in the oil, like low and slow, and cooked it that way. I've done it pressure cooker. I've done where I've cooked it and I've actually cheated and gotten rotisserie chickens too. But I use wontons that I cut out bite size for the chips. And I learned the hard way that the round ones worked better because you don't get the dark edges, the dark corners on them. Mm-hmm. And the rounds seem to fit in people's mouths. And then I do a Thai peanut chicken, like shredded chicken on it for the meat. The cotija cheese, so it's just crumbly. I didn't have to worry about putting them back in the oven and trying to melt the cheese because I found the chips, got too dark. And then I do, for the guacamole, it's avocado, honey, and cilantro. For the sour cream, it was Greek yogurt, lime, and honey. And then I did a mango, a jalapeno, red onion, lime, and agave for the quote unquote salsa, and then crushed peanuts over the top of that.
That sounds good. I make a Thai peanut sauce my wife loves. People tell me I should bottle.
There you go. Then hey, you could take that and just take my idea and see how it does it at your place. It's a little labor intensive, but people really can only eat about 6 or 7 of them before they're full. I mean, even my brothers. I think the most I've ever seen one of them put down was like 10. So it goes a ways. Now let's talk about your collection.
Okay.
And specifically, I know he's probably still here. What's up, Obi? How are you? Eric McDorks. Hi, McDorks. McDorks, I just ate a couple of my eggs for dinner. We decorated eggs on their show on Sunday night.
Okay.
So I have another picture, and I have to say that I am mighty, mighty, mighty jealous. Somebody has a certain leprechaun hat.
Yes, I do. You got it right over here.
And for anybody that follows JLH, you had to have seen that hat for 17 days in a row. But I love that he signed it. And then you got some other goodies from him. Now, I have a box from them too, but I'm waiting till Friday to open it because I figured while he's on screen with me, I would do that. So tell me about what you got. And I see you got the Bob Ross painting sticker too.
I did. Now, let's see. The Captain America Unmasked Culinary Trapper won that and gifted it to me during the Leprechaun thing, which was awesome addition to my collection. And I might add that he's my biggest fan. When I played Jeopardy this last time, he's the only person that voted that I would win.
So I guess he won the prize for voting for you, huh?
He sure did.
Awesome.
And the Superman is what I won on that show. And then the Ric Flair is just because JLH is freaking awesome. He just sent that to me because he's such a good friend. And then
he's amazing. And you got Kiss cards too.
You got Kiss cards too. And this is my prize possession that I got out of it. My own tiny chef.
Hang on, I'll put you up big. 1 second.
Oh, we're going to do the hand behind it, right? Yeah, there we go. Little tiny Freddy chef.
That is so cute.
Isn't it?
I didn't even know that existed, but then every single day I find out stuff that I didn't know existed.
Right, me too. And I collect chefs, so he's a great addition. I have all but 2 chefs.
You should have been in Dave's auction, or were you in Dave's auction? He had an autographed Guy Fieri.
Well, I have Guy Fieri, but I can't afford an autographed one.
It did shoot up there. I mean, it did great. And I think I don't know. Dave, are you still here? In case anybody did not see, shouts out to Dave. Way to go, my brother. $5,333 that got donated to Puzzle Pieces Squared. So hats off to you, my friend. That was amazing.
That's
I know
awesome.
you had a goal of 1,000, and he just completely blew that away. There are so many of the groupies here tonight. We've got Roo Crew's here, Obi the Kid's here tonight, the Daculinary Trapper's here tonight. And Matt, I'm sure we're going to talk about food as well when he gets on here. And I hope I get to meet Tiny Chef in person. Now, how did you get into collecting Funkos? I mean, if you're into this culinary world, like what brought you into collecting Funkos?
The Funkos came about 3 or 4 years ago. My nephew gave me this Ben Roethlisberger pop from Toys R Us. I'm a huge Steelers fan, and I'd never seen a Funko Pop before then. So
now,
they gave
why
me that.
Steelers?
Why
are you a fan of the Steelers?
Because they're the best team ever.
Are you from that area, like originally, or are you just?
No, I've just been a fan since I was 5 years old.
Nice. I have a jersey.
I have a tattoo.
Okay, that's a little more hardcore than me. I have a Troy Polamalu jersey. I loved watching Troy Polamalu play.
You got him right there.
Nice.
Yeah, so he gave me that pop, and the bug bit me, and I just started collecting a little bit here and there. And when I got with my wife, she loved them too and loves Disney, and as a collector herself, so we all got involved. My wife, my son, and I, and it's just been a family thing now.
Now, I don't know if my better half is watching, might be watching a volleyball game, but doesn't get this at all. Does not understand why I do what I do. I was basically sell them, because of my collection now. Sell them. I mean, basically, I have enough I could have bought a brand new car with what I have. Does not get it. So, I mean, it's cool to hear. Now, you got some sodas. Are you just getting into the sodas, or how many sodas do you have now?
Well, what you see here is just most of my things are in crates from the move still.
Okay.
So this is just stuff I bought since July, or pre-orders that I had out, because sometimes they come a year later. So yeah, I have a few sodas. I have 3 chases so far with sodas. So
nice.
Which isn't too bad. I am up to about 630 or 40 pops, I think, right now.
Oh, you have a bigger collection than I do. I didn't know that you were like up to that big in your collection.
I am, yeah.
Wow. Now, what lines do you collect?
Well, I collect all the chefs. I'm missing 2 Pillsbury Doughboys yet.
Which ones are you missing?
I'm missing the Easter one and the one from the Emerald City Comic-Con 2 years ago.
Okay, I'll send you the Emerald City one.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, those are all in my kitchen. I have all the chefs in my kitchen. Then we collect some of the Stranger Things because we all enjoyed that. A few Star Wars, a lot of Marvel, a lot of Disney, and I've really gotten into the Disney art series. I've been really hitting all those.
What's the one does the wife collect?
She collects Disney and Diamond, so we get her all the Diamond collections.
All the Diamond ones.
Right, and I do some wrestlers as well and some ad icons. I'm all over the place. I'm crazy.
I'm trying to think.
I have all the pop around the worlds too.
Oh, you do with the pins?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get into any of those. I may have one that I got in like a mystery box or something. I'm not really sure. I know I have. In fact, he's right here. Don't move, dog. So it's just the shared sticker, but you're welcome.
Oh, I don't care. I'm not a sticker hound. I don't care about stickers.
All right. Well, this is coming to you, my friend.
Well, thank you so much.
I appreciate you coming on. I don't have the Easter one. I don't think I do.
That's okay. I'm glad to get anything. I so appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't think I do. I don't think I got that one. I that's originally what I kind of started getting into the line was the ad icons because it was like food stuff, like all the Twinkies. I'll never get rid of the Twinkies. I love my Twinkies. But that was the line I originally started collecting, and then I've completely migrated. Now, are you still like you'll collect whatever comes out kind of a thing? Are you more selective now that your collection's gotten so big?
We've gotten more selective. I'm trying to focus on the art series things that come out. Some of the new Star Wars with the pins that are coming out, I'm jumping on. Yeah, I'm a lot more selective. The diamonds that come out, I try to get those for her, but yeah, a lot more selective now. We've completed some sets. I've got my Space Jam set complete, so I'm happy with that. So just trying to narrow it down and complete some of the sets we've started.
There you go, sir. Now you have both the chefs that you need. Eric says he's got the Funko Easter to give you.
So, wow. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Wow.
I can't believe, Cisco, that I just put that up on accident. I was trying to click something else, and then all of a sudden I see Nancy loves my Twinkie. All right. Let me check Ray Pops really quick. I think if you guys have not gone over to sub to Ray Pops, please do. They are coming on the show on 420, which, yes, haha, 420. But she was at 190, maybe 192. She is 8 away from us giving away that comic book. So if you guys if you have not subbed her, if you're here tonight for the first time or you have not subbed to Ray Pops, let me see if I can grab the one that we're doing.
I think I might be already subscribed, but we'll check.
And then we're going to also send over. Find the video. First soda chase pull. That's it. Let me hang on 1 second. I'm going to pull this. So we'll put this in the chat. And you guys go over and comment on that. If we get her to 200, as soon as we get her to 200, we are going to give away that. It's hashtag CTV says hi. Here is the link to that. And then we're going to send you also over to, so let's see if we can get her up to 200 tonight, guys. And then the next thing we'll do is I have a box of goodies down here. We're going to send you guys over to Chef Jon Fox as well. If we can get him to 50 tonight, I will let you, the winner, choose something out of the box of goodies that's down here. And I'll probably throw in something else fun with that as well. But I'd like to get him up to 50. Holy crap. Oh, sweet. I got an appointment for my vaccination.
I get my second one on 4/20.
Yeah, well, it literally just came through. Appointment confirmation, 4/13/21, 11:45 a.m.
Good.
So that's awesome. Although I have an appointment at 10:30 in Bloomfield, so that's going to be tough for me to get there, but I'll make it work. I'll make it happen. All right. So let's see. Ray Pops. Let's get her there, guys. That one is hashtag CTV says hi. And then we are going to send you over to Chef Jon Fox, which is Chef Jon's Table.
And I will subscribe everybody back.
He's at 42, so he's 8 away. If we can get him to 50 tonight, guys, I will do a second giveaway. And I'm going to send you to this video. Control C. There we go. We're going to do this. And hashtag JLH groupie. So we're going to do that. Hashtag JLH groupie. And if we can get him to 50, he's at 42 right now, so he's only 8 away. There's the link. So if you guys head over there, so we're trying to get Tracy up to 200. Let me see where she's at now. And Chef Jon to 50. And if we can do that, then we've hit 2 things for you tonight. We got you your 2 chefs that you were missing. And,
yeah. Wow. Did not expect any of that.
Sometimes it's good to go live. And you know what? When people are good people, I have no problem sending something. He's just sitting on my shelf. I don't really collect them anymore. So I have no problem sending that to you.
Thank you so much. I hope people can get up here to the area and try my food this summer.
Yeah. So when do your official launch date is coming? What?
We're doing a soft open in May and then the grand opening in June. That's the last information I got right now. They're in there building and hammering and getting things ready to go.
Awesome. Now, do you have like a color scheme, like theme that you're doing? I need 1 more for Chef Jon, and I need 8 more for Tracy.
Wow, already up there. No, not really a theme. I'm gonna the warehouse set up where they're like old crates that are redone, made into little individual food court type things. I just have some magnets that I've had made and some signs with my logo. There's my logo. That's my colors and my scheme. So that's about the gist of theme and stuff. Just a blackboard menu and magnets and stickers everywhere.
But I think when you're doing the farm to table thing, and part of the reason I want to have you on is because every single live that we go into, basically it turns up talking about food. Last Ketchum, Last is not here right now, but anytime Last comes in, it always like revolves around food. And I mean, honestly, we talked about the chocolate that I'm eating and all this kind of stuff. And I don't know why, but it's like every time people start talking about Funkos, it eventually evolves into food talk. So do you plan on taking any of your collecting stuff like into what you're doing with the brick and mortar?
I thought I'm toying with some ideas. I just don't want to damage anything. I don't want anything to get covered in grease or anything like that. But I'm toying with some ideas, and I've got a nephew trying to do some fancy art with my logo. He's a good artist. But yeah, it's tricky trying to combine the two, especially with my videos as well. You'll see I have some cooking, some opening. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, no, but I think it's cool. Actually, I had thought about doing that. My sister-in-law doesn't want my nieces and nephews on YouTube because there's so many weirdos out there.
Right.
But I had been talking to Lisa, and she's like, why don't you do like videos on cooking? You like to do the food. And I thought about it, not so much on this channel. I think Collector TV, I'll keep Collector TV, but I had thought about doing that. but then I was like, what if I get sued because, someone didn't cook something properly and they say that they got ptomaine poisoning or something and so I don't know. I mean, I want to do it just to have fun. But I'm not like licensed or a professional or anything like that. So, I mean, I would put the disclaimers on there, please cook to, X degrees per standards, but.
Well, I watch a lot of Rhett and Link on Good Mythical Morning, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff with food, and they get away with it for many years. So I think you'll be okay.
But they also have how many million subscribers and everything? I'm sure they have a legal team behind them, but yeah, I mean, they eat pork blood and pork butts and
expired food.
Expired. Yeah. The stuff that they buy on eBay, like 30-year-old cereal, and they'll eat it. Like, if you guys have not watched Good Mythical Morning or Good Mythical More, or even Mythical Kitchen, have you watched? That is one guy. That's another chef that I would love to get on here. Josh?
He's very creative. I don't know how he can. His mind's crazier than mine.
And he's all over the place. Like, I swear that somebody like winds him up every morning and lets him go. I mean, boiled for safety. There you go, Obi. Exactly, boiled for safety. There's a lot of unprofessional cooks on YouTube. I love Good Mythical Morning. Absolutely, Good Mythical Morning is great. And have you noticed though? And I'll ask you this since we're on GMM. Have you noticed that most of their stuff this year has been like food related? Like, they've gotten away from some of the other stuff. I mean, they'll still do like the pricing games and stuff, but they haven't done anything like. Did you ever see the ice skating one where they had to recreate the ice skating?
I don't know if I don't think I saw that one.
Go back and find that because it's hilarious. So they put them in harnesses and they're strapped from the ceiling, and they give them like a description of an ice skating move, and they have to try and recreate it. And they're both in like glittered up like bodysuits with ice skates on, and they're like twirling around. It is so funny. I mean, I literally love those guys. What's up, Graham? Trouble. But that one's super funny. They what was another one they did? They did wrestling moves. They had to recreate the wrestling moves. JLH would probably love that. So would Matthew. Yeah, but if you guys have not seen Good Mythical Morning, they are hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I've been watching them for probably 3 or 4 years now. And so that's one of those morning, when I get up and have coffee, during the 17 days, I was watching the 17 days in the morning. But now that they're gone, I'm back to watching Good Mythical Morning in the morning because it drops at like 6 or 6:30 my time.
Hey, nothing will get you laughing more in the morning than them or Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. That'll get you rolling in the morning too.
I haven't watched that yet. They recreated, the Fortnite dance moves. I forgot about that one too. And they're from North Carolina. That is very true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they're awesome guys. All right, let's check Ray Pops. We will do one for Chef John. Last I checked, I think you were at 53 there, sir. She's still right for it. Let's find crazy. Ray Pops, 6 subs, please. Let's find that. Let's hit that goal tonight.
Let me see if I'm.
And Chef John's table. Let's see what he is up to. Got you up to 53, sir.
Wow. Unbelievable. Crazy. I'm making sure I'm checking to see if I'm subscribed to Ray. I think I am.
Pull this. We'll do the rank comment picker. I know everybody that's out here has other choices. I'm glad that you guys came by. I know that there's a lot of people that go on every single night, so I appreciate everybody coming over here and meeting the chef for me. I really do. Random unit comment picker.
No, I don't have any wrestling-inspired dishes.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
Now you need one that you need to call it the JLH.
I think I did one WrestleMania a few years ago, but I can't remember what I made.
All right, let's do hashtag JLH groupie. Let's see where we're at. If you guys haven't done that yet, we'll drop the link one more time. We got 14 comments as of right now, so I'm going to drop that link one more time here. And hashtag JLH groupie, because that's what I've become, because I heart them. Absolutely heart them. Yes, and don't forget to sign up for WonderCon. The emails have come out, so make sure that you guys sign up. Okay, so we got 14 comments. We'll give that another couple of minutes. So Is there anything that you have not made yet that is like your dream dish that you want to do?
I don't think so. I think I've pretty much got to play with all the ingredients I've ever cared to play with, and now it's just a matter of
Good night, McDorks.
coming up with more flavor combinations.
More flavor, yeah. So I have to ask, since you know you have your palate and everything, what is that one dish that just like makes you click? Like, what is that thing that you couldn't live without?
Ironically enough, corned beef and cabbage.
Really?
That's my favorite food. I'd take it any day of the week.
I love corned beef and cabbage when it's done right.
Right.
And I'm from the South, so actually, I mean, the boiled cabbage is like the way that normally they do it. I like to braise my cabbage, and I also like saute it in brown butter.
Oh,
so it kind of takes that whole cabbagey, kind of funk out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I love corned beef and cabbage. Other than that, I like shrimp scampi. That's probably my second favorite food. I love shrimp scampi.
I grew up in the Carolinas, and shrimp were like, once my parents moved us up north and shrimp went to like 5 times higher, my parents were like, no, you can't order that anymore. No, you can't order that anymore. Matt wants to know, what do you enjoy most about cooking?
What I enjoy most about cooking is probably really cliche, but I just like watching people's faces as they eat my food.
Exactly. That is my favorite part. Like when I'm feeding my family and I get like something that they liked it, and or like my sister-in-law, every time she's been pregnant, she wants my bolognese. I have to make a huge giant vat and send her like a gallon, and the girl will eat it for like 3 weeks straight. What happens when someone sends a dish back not happy? With how you deal with that if it happens?
I've never had that happen.
There you go. Well, you have takeout meals too, so it's not like...
I've never had a complaint. All my reviews have always been positive.
That's awesome.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Yeah. No, I mean, and that's great. The closest I've come to actually doing something like that was when I was trying out for Food Court Wars. We did a fundraiser for breast cancer. My grandma was suffering from it at the time. She's since passed. And so to try and get the timing down and how to do everything right and keeping everything hot, we did the fundraiser for that at the local building here in Romeo, and I had probably 80-90 people come through, and that's more than I've done catering jobs with that many, but I never had to live serve them, and that was hectic. I mean, we got it all done, everybody was happy, everything went out hot and stuff like that, but whew, that's like, you're constantly moving, you got to be on your horse.
Yeah, when I do my takeout meals, it's all planned out well. When they order, I get a specific time that they're coming, so I can stagger everything. It's just, my mind just clicks that way.
Yeah. Eric wants to know, can you tell us a funny story or obstacle you faced while prepping a dish?
Well, I ran into quite a few obstacles since moving to Colorado. Moving up to the higher altitude, I expected issues with baking. As a chef, you hear that all the time. But I did not expect issues with rice.
Really?
Rice has been my biggest bane since moving up here. What a pain in the ass to come up with how to cook rice in a high altitude.
Now, does it just because it takes longer, it doesn't absorb as fast, or?
Well, it actually takes a little bit longer, and it takes a little bit more liquid.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can't just go out and buy a rice cooker off the shelf and just, use their...
I don't know about that. I've never used a rice cooker. I've always done the old school method, 2-to-1 ratio, and I do the peel-off method, so it's in the oven. So
okay.
And that seems what I've come up with around here. I don't know how funny that was, but it was frustrating. It's ironic, funny, ironic, I guess.
So, true story on me. I am a much better cook than I am a baker. And my family, there's 2 stories, actually. There's 2 quick stories. 2 things that my family will never let me live down. I made the most beautiful pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. I did the cutout, the cutouts on the top with the dough. So there was like maple leaves on it after it was done and everything else. And my mom was so proud to serve my uncle. And he's like, I don't think this is done. I forgot the sugar.
Oh, at least you didn't substitute salt in place of sugar.
No. But the other thing I'm not allowed to ever bake for any family gatherings, even though this happened probably 15 years ago, is I forgot to take the brownies out. And you could barely cut through them. And my brothers literally said they could have used it for body armor. And if they didn't soak it in milk like an Oreo, they would have broken their teeth trying to eat them. So I'm not allowed to make brownies anymore for family gatherings. Bad. Somebody says, what's your worst horror story customer?
Well, I had a lady that was following me briefly when I started my takeaway meals up here, and that I had to block. I don't know if she was just a wacko job, but a lot of inappropriate comments, and I'd never met the lady before. My wife is getting a little upset about it. So yeah, I had to block her. Hopefully I'll never have to serve her either.
Altitude thing. Well, okay. What did Matt say? Yes, I forgot about the altitude thing while filling in for a banquet pastry chef. Messed up 5 sheet pans of brownies. How did you, Matt? What do you mean? How did you mess yours up? Were yours just doughy or?
Well, in altitude, you have to add more flour to the brownies and a couple tablespoons of water.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And is it by trial and error as far as like figuring out those ratios when you're in high altitude, or?
That quarter cup of flour and 2 tablespoons of water seems to work well for brownies and cookies for me.
Now, how many times do you test out a recipe before you actually put it live with your customers?
Most of my recipes I've been making for years, and my wife and my son have seen all incarnations of it. So,
the next question is, what are at least 3 must skills to be a chef?
Well, that's interesting. I've been cooking I'm almost 50, and I've been cooking for at least 40 years. So I knew everything I needed to know about cooking when I went to culinary school. I went to culinary school just to get a degree, just to back myself up a little bit so I could do what I'm doing. I think as long as you can cut things well without cutting your fingers off, that's a good skill to have. And if you can get a good olfactory sense going, smell is my best tool in the kitchen. I don't use timers. I can tell when something's done just from smelling it. And having a good memory. I don't write recipes down. I have no recipes written down. They're all up here. I don't measure anything.
Now, do you go places like maybe you like something in a restaurant? Because this is something I do, and that's actually how I came up with the Asian nacho recipe.
Sure.
I go somewhere, I taste something I like, and I have to try to figure out how to break it down and recreate it when I get home.
All the time, because most places we go eat, I'm dissatisfied.
Yes,
so we don't eat out often because of that. I can do it at home better. So, and we went on spring break vacation for 5-6 days last week, and I couldn't wait to get home to eat my own damn food. I was so tired of takeout food in restaurants. Yeah,
Ross actually also he also cooks. Like, there's so many of you guys that cook professionally as well. But yeah, the Daculinary Trapper. This is true. Now, were you ever afraid though? Because this has been something, like you said, like it started off as a necessity because in raising your son and everything. Were you ever afraid by going professional? And this is one of my fears, and maybe it's unfounded, and I need to hear it. But I was afraid that I would start hating cooking and making food because it became my job.
I think that's why I've been real adamant about sticking to the way I'm doing it. This is my menu. This is what's available this week, period. I'm doing it my way, on my terms. Mm-hmm. So as long as I'm doing that, I'm loving it.
Now, how do you figure out what you need to order? That's one of my other fears. Like my cousin, and it's not the same thing, and by any means, he owns a Chick-fil-A in San Antonio right now, mm-hmm. and they're going to be giving that branch to someone else, and they're opening a brand new one in downtown Austin for him to run. how do you know like how much to order? Is it based on in the past, like you just get to know, or like you said, once it's out, but like have you ever come down to where you so under ordered or under prepped something that you didn't think was going to do well and it's done better than you've expected, or over prepped something that you had leftovers?
No, not really. Leftovers really isn't an issue because my wife takes lunch to school. So I send leftovers with her. I think by doing it the way I have been, by putting my menu out on Sunday mornings and start selling my meals, between that and keeping a good record of what meals I've sold and what is sold out in the past and how much of this is sold out, I have all those records. So by putting the menu out on Sunday, starting the pre-orders and knowing what I've done, I know how to shop accordingly. Plus, it's a small enough town with the farmers market there too. I'm picking up some stuff every day.
Wow. Okay. Now, do you guys have like a farmer's market in the summertime where you can get like, corn and tomatoes and like fresh produce and stuff?
Well, that should be in the front of our warehouse place. We're going to have a farmer's market right there for that. But yeah, we have there's farmer's markets set up inside the road during the summer here. They're all over the place up here.
Yeah, I live in just north of Detroit, and there's probably probably 8 to 10 different orchards around here. So, starting in the summertime, we have the tomatoes, beans, peas, berries, and then in the fall we have apples and pears and all that kind of stuff, which is awesome. Chef Jon, describe in 3 words, what is your style as such as adventurous, etc.?
Comfort and healthy and abundant. I make good, healthy, home-cooked, abundant meals for a low price.
Yeah. Price point is a big thing because, I've seen some people that, they're charging, $30 for something that tastes like it would cost $3. And then I've seen people that are underpriced where they're selling things for $3 that I would pay $30 for. Is it difficult to find that right price point for your audience, or is it like something that you've had to work with, or?
You talked about taking business classes and stuff before culinary school and all that. I don't know. I think things just click in my mind. I really don't put a lot of effort into figuring out my prices. I do my shopping and I figure out roughly what every ingredient costs, and I do my markup and I figure it like that. One of the things that really disturbs me about eating out is the prices and quantity. For one, some of the quantities are way too big. Nobody needs to eat that much food anyhow. But yeah, around here you can go to a place and get a burger and fry. It's going to cost you $15. My place, I'm going to have a burger and fry and something else on the side, and it's probably going to cost you about $12.50, and it's going to be a way better burger, better quality,
right?
Fresher too.
It was kind of disappointing. We had some friends that opened up a gastropub north of here. Great food. Mm-hmm. I just think the location that they put it, because it was a small kind of more farming community out from a lot of Metro Detroit, like it would probably take where a cluster of the Foodies would be, and with the price point that they had, because they had Wagyu beef steaks and stuff like that, and we're talking, I forget how much it was a pound. It was ridiculous, but we all loved it. But it's too far of a drive, and so you're not getting those Foodies coming out from the areas that could afford that price point. And ultimately, now they have their own butcher shop that they're supplying the restaurants in Detroit, the big restaurants, because they do mulefoot pigs, mm-hmm. the pork from them, and they've got beef, but they were doing farm to table as well, and it was excellent. I mean, my dad mostly paid for it because my dad's cool. But it was like one of those things is like getting out of that comfort zone. So my Facebook page, when we were doing the catering, I called it Bite Size Bistro. A lot of my stuff I did miniaturize because I feel like if it's smaller and then people would step out of their comfort zone and try something a little different. And basically I don't have the training that you do. I didn't go to culinary school like I should have. And so I wouldn't know about portion sizes or anything like that.
I think I base my portion sizes on what I can eat. I'm not a little guy, but I'm not a huge guy either. But I do focus portion sizes on what my wife and I can eat, and have a little bit left over maybe for lunch the next day.
Yeah, absolutely. Mama J says she can't get that burger with shrimp out of her mind. And Mama J,
Somebody asked earlier too, what was my first memory of love of cooking?
yeah.
That was my grandmother. Um, she used to make huge batches of homemade bread, and we do bread, cinnamon rolls, Indian fried bread. It was a big thing because we didn't do it very often, and made tons of it for all the sisters and aunts and everything. And that's when I fell in love with cooking.
Eric's been really good at asking questions tonight. If I had to stock the pantry kitchen with 4 must ingredients, what would you suggest?
Oh, in your pantry, some tomato puree, um, some sort of canned bean is always good to have in your pantry. What else do I have in my pantry? I keep cream of soups in there because they're good for recipes and casseroles and whatnot. Cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, whatever. And lots of coffee.
Yeah. I always have either beef stock or chicken stock because you can usually go off of that.
Mm-hmm.
I always have chicken because it's such a versatile palate.
In your pantry, doesn't it spoil?
Well, yeah, no, again, yeah. I'm just these are my 4 ingredients in my pantry. It's a stock, so I always have stock.
Mm-hmm.
I always have bread flour because I do like to make bread, and I agree with you. Like that smell reminds me of childhood when people actually used to take the time to bake it, and it kind of became a necessity last year when flour was gone. And
everybody was a baker all of a sudden. Everybody was a baker.
Exactly. Caitlin got a similar Indian fry bread. Never seen it. What is that?
Well, you can buy, even if you go to the store and buy some frozen bread dough, let it thaw out. You tear off little balls of it and flatten it up and fry it up in butter in your frying pan like a little pancake. Some butter and jam on there is wonderful.
Yeah.
They also use them to make Indian tacos, I guess, in cafes down south. They'll take it and fold it in half like a chalupa shell and fill your taco seasonings.
Umpty Scratch wants to know what is the most overlooked spice ingredient in cooking?
2 of them. Dillweed, because dillweed goes on almost any egg dish and vegetable dish and enhances it. And most importantly, Chef John's Umami Mami mushroom flavoring.
And what is that?
That is a seasoning that I inspired from a classmate. She makes spices and that you can actually buy.
Really?
And it's a mushroom, porcini mushroom seasoning.
Oh. So I'm sure it's porcini, especially when it's freeze-dried or dried. Oh, man, that flavor is so concentrated. I
make Chef John's Umami Mami fries with it.
Oh, nice. I have like 16 different kinds of salt.
I just bought some salt recently.
I have like finishing salts, so I have like black flake finishing salts, which look dramatic on certain dishes, but when it starts to melt down, it kind of gets. So I learned that. I have truffle salt, I have basil salt, I have Merlot salt. I haven't because he wasn't open during COVID, but I used to have probably 14, 15 different kinds of vinegars and olive oils too, like different flavors. I actually went out, I did a cinnamon ice cream. And I tried different olive oils to get more of a grassy one that kind of really paired well with the cinnamon because I was using Saigon cinnamon. It was a little more floral. But nice. I just drizzled the olive oil over the homemade ice cream. Oh, man, it was good. Hey, Foxy. I can't believe you haven't been here since the beginning. Chef John's mushroom seasoning made me trip balls.
Yeah, not true.
Such a dork. I love the guy to death. I
love Fox Crown. He's my man.
He is the man. What was another question up here that was going to ask?
What are you most proud of up to this point in my career?
Yes, there you
go. I'm most proud of that I'm actually graduated culinary school. I have a graduation ceremony coming on April 30th, an online graduation. I'm most proud of that because, as I said earlier, I left home at an early age, making a lot of dumb decisions. I'm a high school dropout. I've had a really crazy roller coaster of a ride, and I've never really accomplished and followed through with anything until now. And I'm pretty proud of myself for actually accomplishing it, and I'm getting a restaurant out of it. Couldn't ask for more.
Absolutely. Now, do you ever get sick of it? Like you get home and the family wants you to make some gourmet dinner. Do you ever or do you just bring stuff home from the restaurant and stuff, and that's dinner?
What I'm making is what dinner will be. Yeah, my wife will eat and my son will eat whatever I'm making there.
Well, that's good. And that's your two best test subjects, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They'll be like, Dad, this sucks.
Right. I have great neighbors here, too. They've been great test subjects as well.
Nancy said Eric should be a professional interview. Nancy, I think you've been on his show. He is a professional interviewer. Now, is there any chef that if you had the chance to do something like this, is there a certain chef that you would love to interview or spend the day with to learn from them?
I'd like to meet Guy and Bobby Flay. I think Bobby Flay is probably my biggest inspiration.
You know who I love is Jamie Oliver.
I like Jamie too. He's really good too.
We've been watching one of his shows. It's the newer one. It's the 5 ingredients, and it's usually healthier stuff, and he gets it done quickly. So since I'm still working full time, I like to get home and something that's only going to take me 45 minutes to an hour from prep to done. And Fox wants to know where the application is to be your neighbor test subject.
Move on up here, buddy, or move over here. You're in New York. It's a big change, but come on.
Umpty wants to know if you have any Japanese-inspired dishes.
I do. My wife's favorite dish is my chicken pot stickers with my Thai peanut sauce, and my usually serve with my loaded rice and egg rolls.
Awesome. Did you say loaded egg rolls?
No, loaded rice pilaf and then egg rolls.
What's in your loaded rice pilaf?
My rice pilaf's a little bit different than everybody else's. I like to use the typical onions and garlic, sweat those out, but generally there's going to be some carrots in there and some sort of walnut usually.
Okay.
It's really good in rice.
Dave says, be careful. He will move in with you. He's already got a bed at Mama J's house, so. Let's see. Yes, thank you, Jedi John. Thank you. I hear dillweed is legal in Colorado, so I'm down. I'm sure that's
all weed. All weed.
All weed, exactly. Now, can you serve that at all? Could you use
No, that's a whole nother licensing thing.
Okay.
And edibles never worked for me anyway, so.
I get a sinus infection, so it doesn't work for me either. Now, have you ever thought about kind of doing what Josh does, is doing kind of the funky things and the mashups of different foods and stuff?
Well, usually just with my ice cream. I did I made baklava ice cream recently as a new flavor. I don't know. I think my shrimp Parmesan burger is a pretty good mashup, and my Greek burger is a pretty good mashup. So technically, yeah, same type of thing. A Greek burger
what's on your Greek burger? It's lamb, I'm assuming.
Well, it's a lamb beef combo, just like on a gyro.
Okay.
And it's got Greek seasoning when it's fried up, and I make a homemade tzatziki sauce, and you got I usually serve it with arugula, and then the purple onion and the tomato and the tzatziki sauce on a brioche bun.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
It tastes just like a gyro on a bun.
Now, you said your friend does spices and one's inspired by you. Mm-hmm. She has a website?
She does,
or does she have an Instagram?
She's on Instagram. It's Sunshine Gourmet Seasonings on Instagram.
Sunshine Gourmet Seasonings.
Yeah. I got a card in the other room, but not on me. Let me grab it. Hold
on. Crystal Babcock?
Yes.
That sounds right.
That sounds right. Hi, Mrs. Chef Fox.
Hi.
Sorry. Yeah, right there.
Awesome. Yeah, I just found her. I just followed her because I'd love to see that.
Yeah, you can order my seasoning from her.
And she does have a website. Okay, here we go. I'm going to drop this right now. Okay, here is the link if you guys want to order the spices. I love getting new stuff. My mom just got me the truff mayo, the spicy truffle mayo. Oh, man. I did caramelized.
She has a lot of them. She has a whole lot of spices you can choose from.
Ray Pops is 3 away from 200, guys. I'd really like to get this done tonight. Let's give that comic book away. Come on, 3. We got to find 3. Foxy, go sub. 3 away from 200. In the meantime, let's give away. Thank you guys for giving Chef Jon Fox over 50. Let's go over here, and we will do the random comment picker. And whoever wins, I will reach out to you afterwards. And you guys can pick something from my box of goodies here. Let's see. How many do we have? We have 18. 18, guys. Thank you guys very much, all 18 of you guys. And let's see who's going to win this. Big Dog Dave. Congratulations, my friend. I couldn't ask for someone to get something nice back more than David. So, Dave, I talk to you all the time. I will reach out to you and make sure that you can pick from the box of goodies because I have no idea what to send you. So you'll be able to pick. Congratulations, David. I just saw a good question. How do you feel about food challenges? Is what they said. So he said out there like hot dog eating contests, biggest burgers, etc.
I don't know. They're not for me. I don't really get into excess like that. I can watch some of them. Some of them are fun to watch. I like to watch hot ones, the hot wing challenges, but nothing I could ever do.
You do know what I have to do if I hit 400 subs, right?
No, I don't.
I have to suck on the Satan's toe.
Oh.
I have already survived this.
Oh.
Somewhere is the Nitro Gummy Bear. I've kept the packages as a reminder of how dumb I am. For keep doing these things, but I will be doing the Toe of Satan, which is the spicy sucker, and it's I'm going up against Gem Pops. Nick, can you do a pop-up giveaway? What do you mean, Fox? Explain. DM me if you want. Yes, David, you get to see my box. Awesome. God.
Yeah, you made me sweat just seeing that hot thing you held up. I just do nice well.
Foxy and I first did. Yes, Foxy, send me the DM and so that I know what you're thinking about because I have to make sure that it's appropriate and that it's not something like an OnlyFans subscription or something. If you want, I can remind you of how dumb you are every single day. Yes, well, you do that anyway, Caitlin. We did the Death Nuts first, the spicy peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
So we were doing a charity giveaway or charity event, and if we hit X amount of pops being donated, we did the Death Nuts, and then I upped it, but apparently not enough. And so then we had to do the 1 chip challenge, and then recently I did the Nitro Gummy Bear. So the one thing I haven't done is the Toe of Satan, which is the Carolina Reaper sucker that I'm going to have to shove in my mouth to keep it in there as long as possible. And Gem Pops is doing the 1 chip challenge because he hasn't done that yet, and he already has his chip. I honestly thought I was probably a couple of months away from having to do this, but shouts out to Slapshot Pops and Joanna. They shouted me out over the weekend, got me up. I think I'm at like 376 or something now.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so now I'm way closer to having to do this, so I'm going to order it this weekend. Yeah, like I said, I'm dumb, so yeah. And Caitlin does remind me of that every time. Am I craving the tail? I hate feet. I absolutely hate feet. Ever since I was little, my brother used to, when we would go on trips and I'd have to sleep in the same bed with my brother, he would do this with his toes. And so I've hated feet ever since. Now, do you do spicy? Like, have you done like Carolina Reaper and stuff like that?
I try not to make anything too spicy. People can add more spice if they want, but I don't know if they're going to be feeding their kids or what they're going to be doing with this. So I don't want to go over. Just jalapenos. I use a lot of jalapenos.
Okay, so all right, Fox, I will let you do that. Fox said for anybody who spends $17.38. Hang on, let me go. It's being slow. I have quite a few, and I love. Hang on, Foxy, it's trying to load. I don't know why it's not loading fast. So if you go to Chef Jon Fox's friend's website, and I put the link up above, I can probably drop it again. And if you spend $17.38 or more tonight, Fox will send you a Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, that's pretty nice. My friend will appreciate that.
Anyone that spends $17.38 subtotal on Sunshine Gourmet tonight gets a 7-Eleven Stone Cold from Fox. I have quite a few, and I love John and food service folks. I mean, honestly, you guys kept the country going during COVID, because once everything was out at the grocery stores, you know, I mean, a lot of us had to turn to you guys to survive. So, Ray hit 200. Woohoo!
All right.
Tonight we get to do 2. Wasn't even expecting that. Let's refresh this. We get her 201. Yeah, girl. Congratulations. All right, let's find that first Soda Chase poll. We'll do this giveaway really quick. And Foxy's got it going, so you guys have to show proof. Send him, DM him on Instagram at 1738 on Instagram. Everybody knows Fox. If you don't know Fox, you've been living under a rock. Hashtag Caitlin. And prove that you spent that tonight. We'll give Stephanie a bump up this evening as well. Thank you, Fox, for that. Just screw that up. Yeah, I did. We'll see. So what else you got going on? Any new videos coming out or anything like that?
No, I just did a couple videos of some unboxings a couple nights ago. I'll do another unboxing of a mystery grills this weekend that I ordered. Just waiting to get all the finalizations done. So get in there and get the things going. I've been doing some shopping for equipment and whatnot. Got a whole room full of stuff ready to go.
To answer your question, no, I'm not doing another one. We are giving away. Where is it? What did I do with it? It's over here somewhere. I'm giving away an Amazing Spider-Man number 61 key comic for when he gets the new outfits right here. I'm keeping the variant cover, but I've already read it, and I gave this one to my nephew. So this is the one where he gets the new costume, and it explains why he's got the costume and what that he's got going on. So this will be shipped out to somebody. I'm just going to put it in a BAM box along with a CTV sticker. Chef John will be getting one of these too.
Oh, cool.
With your pop. So this is what we're doing. I have 18 comments on there. Looks like 18. Yep, 18. So we will go ahead and share that now. I hope I pulled the right one. We'll find out. So congratulations, Tracy. I'm glad we could get you there. Hit that milestone tonight.
That's great.
All right. Let's go down here. Good luck to everybody for the comic book. Christina Payne, congratulations, my dear. Comic book goes to Miss Payne. Okay, it's going in a bigger box because I have something else to send her to. So that, my friend, is yours. Congratulations, Christina Payne. Thank you guys all for getting Ray or Tracy to up over the 200 mark. Thank you guys for getting Chef John here up over his 50 mark. Hopefully that'll continue to grow. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been
thanks for having me.
A dream interview for me and to meet you. I mean, I know that we've talked quite a bit, you know, especially through everything with JLH. But I appreciate it. You guys, it's 5 minutes to go until Mama J's coming on. I can't believe Mama J's still in here because she's got a show to do. So everybody head over to Mama J's. Don't forget, this is not the only CTV this week. We are doing CTV After Dark Friday night, 9 o'clock. I have an outrageous lineup. You already love them. Ginger Pops, who's got a mouth. You got Big Dave, who's got a mouth. You got JLH, our mutual friend that's coming on. I've got Taco Pops, and I have Thousandth Ghost. plus myself, a whole room of a lot of testosterone and a lot of jokes. So I'm going to play the video right now as we head out. Thank you guys for coming tonight. I appreciate it very, very much. I always appreciate the support. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know we talked a little bit about collecting, but trying to do some things that are outside the box. Troy, I miss you, my friend. I hope you're doing well in Florida. Good luck in the softball tournament. And
thanks, everybody. Thanks for this.
Guys. Thank you guys so very, very much. And here you guys go.